Morning, small players. Busy scanner this morning. Quite a few tickers to look at. So let's dive right into it. Let's do our chart our support and resistance levels and see areas that we'll be looking for trades. The first one is PROG. It's something that we traded yesterday. Any stock that's really below $2 is not in my absolute favorite range, but I will trade it. Anything below $1, I really only trade if it's above 90 cents. So then it has a chance to run towards $1, and that's normally a trade towards 0.99. And then if it breaks that, 1 115, and that's pretty much how far those go normally. But then obviously there's exceptions, and there's times when they surely run. And then anything below $2, it's a little easier to trade than those below $1, but still not my absolute favorite. So anyway, so this one, I think we charted some levels, yeah, in the pre-market session with you guys. It was more quiet than the market session. Obviously, a lot of volatility in the market session, providing opportunities for trades. These are the levels from yesterday. So this morning it gapped up even more, which is good because it opened up to almost 2.5. So it's getting in a little better range trading wise. So I'm just going to map out these the most important levels. We're seeing, a sharp rejection here in 1.8, and again, another sharp rejection here in 1.8. So we know this is where short sellers were heavily shorting. And then when it broke above that level, we see, this massive squeeze. So obviously an important level to watch. Now that it's pulling back the way that it is, this was resistance, right? So in trading, after resistance is broken, it becomes support. And after support's broken, it becomes resistance. So as it's dropping, it's below all indicators. And you guys know when we trade in the morning, I don't love stocks that are below VWAP and EMA. However, this one is approaching such a key level that I would be watching this level for a bounce. And then if it does bounce there, I will take a trade to first EMA, which is a 6% range. So I can probably, trade that for at least 3.5%. And the VWAP, which is a 10% range. So we can probably get like 7% on that trade. If, if it gives a bounce. Remember, in trading, we want to see a trigger. So I won't just buy here expecting that I can predict the future, that it's going to come down here and bounce and work out for me, right? It's a no man's land. And also I won't just buy here automatically because it could touch that, but it could keep going down to touch all these other levels of support. So I need to see a bounce. I need to see buyers coming in. I don't need to be the first person to buy. So let it touch 180. Let buyers come in. Let's see the tape feeling green. See how, everyone's feeling on the bid, not on the ask, which is a bullish indicator. Let the volume increase here. See an increased volume compared to the previous candles. And you can buy at 182. Trading is not about buying at the absolute lowest and selling at the absolute highest. Trading is about trading a safe range between the lowest and the highest, right? So we buy a little bit above because we want to see a bounce, and then we sell a little below resistance because we don't want to get stuck in too much selling pressure that won't allow us to take profit. Okay, so that's that for this one. Definitely a lot of I like that it has this much of a range, right? Because then if it breaks above VWAP, it has all this room to high of day. So even if we trade this trade to VWAP, and then if we take another trade from VWAP to high of day, it's almost a 20% range. So it's good when they have opened up this much already, and we have the levels. It gives us confidence that okay, the stock can move. I'm gonna remove all these old levels on this one because they're ways away. This is from some other time we were trading this in the past. So we can do this. These are, a couple failed VWAP projections. Well, I guess 615 area. This one, we have two big rejections here, 636, 635. So yeah, so 615, 635 really, and 645 are the levels to watch here. Well, actually this one too, because we had a sharp rejection on that level, and then when it came down to it, remember what we were saying, resistance turned support, it found support there. And obviously it has a double top here on high of day. So let's just do this real quick. AMC was squeezing yesterday, so those alerts are from other trades ways away now. It was squeezing yesterday, so it hasn't gapped up, obviously, because it closed at $38, $39 now, not enough, and there's no increase in volume, so it's not popping up on the scanner, I don't think, but I'll put it on watch list manually because it was squeezing yesterday, so I expect it to get some attention today, and if it picks up some volume, we can potentially take some trades. Okay, so a break above 39.5 would be really where I'm interested in this one for a potential squeeze. So I'm just going to put that alert so I don't forget. Well, this one also create alert, but this one's going to be at or below 80 because that's the level to watch. PALT was amazing to us for the past couple of days. A lot of volatility, some halts 2 days ago. I don't remember about the halts yesterday. Oh yeah, yes we did have early in the morning. So definitely interesting. I'm gonna remove the old drawings actually because we've been trading this a lot for the past couple of days, and there's a lot of lines here, which might get a little confusing. So I just want to start fresh with the ones that are in today's range. So this was a big level yesterday, 11. So we're gonna keep that. Then let's see. 1255, I don't know. Whatever, okay. And then here we see, trying to find support in that general area, rejection on this candle and rejection on these. So I think that's also an important level to watch, 11.9. Okay, so these are levels. So right now it's sort of in no man's land. There's traders out there that like trading reversal trades below VWAP and EMA. Well, below, I will trade a reversal trade below VWAP as long as it's above EMA, and then trade an EMA bounce to VWAP. When it's below EMA, it gets a little trickier because the EMA line is easier to move, so it's a little harder to make the VWAP be descending like this. The EMA becomes descending a little easier, and then it becomes descending even faster if and sharper if there's not a lot of buying pressure, and it serves as resistance. So when you have that very strong descending resistance into your trades, it messes it up. So sometimes you have an opportunity to trade it. So for example, I would trade a bounce on 11 on this, right? And where EMA is now, I have a nice range from 11 to 11.5 where EMA is. I have about 5% trade, right? The problem is this one's slowly getting down there, right? So if it takes a few candles and it drops to 11 at this candle, by that point EMA 20 could be here, and then I'll have like a barely 2% move, and in the 2% move then you don't catch the whole move, so it could end up being less than 1% trade, right? So it just depends where this EMA line is, whether I'll take a bounce on 11. I'd be more interested in break above VWAP at or above. I'll put it there, just in case, so we do have the alert. ATER, we just trade just so much. It actually seems to be rejecting a level that we used yesterday, so we'll leave that level. This level is from yesterday, but today it looks like it was rejecting a little above it, so we'll move it. There's a flat top here in 11.2, and then the rest really, anything lower than that, I wouldn't be interested, so it doesn't matter. But anyway, so this is the lowest I would consider it. If it goes down any lower, it's not interesting to me anymore. It's forming a 5-minute flag, and we see the last 5-minute flag had a nice resolution. Volume's still a little light on the day, but there's no spread. So, definitely if it breaks this flag, I'd be interested. I'd be interested in a VWAP bounce. I'd be interested on bounce here. What is that? 11.2. Oops. I'm just going to do this also because it's a sharp rejection. Oh, look and see. So this one, 11.36, and right now it's right on 11.36 trying to bounce. If I were to take this trade, so I could, I do this also. I'll take a bounce on this level, even though VWAP, VWAP is sort of there, but it has some room next to it because I wouldn't want to miss it. But in that case, I wouldn't, for my stop loss, I wouldn't use it right below this level because that level is not, obviously it's a strong level because its previous resistance turned support. First bounce on support is the strongest. The more we test these levels, the weaker they are. So second support bounce would be, weaker if it were to touch it, and then third, we don't even trade because it's a short setup. So, this is a very strong resistance. We see how sharp the rejection was. It pushed it down. We can see what percentage. So when the resistance is so strong, I expect it to be strong support. So I'll take that trade. But what I was saying, I wouldn't trust it enough to put my stop under there because it could come back and test it a couple more times, and then and then what are we doing? We could end up getting stopped out prematurely. See how it's already like dipping below, because those levels are not as strong as VWAP, right? Indicators are normally stronger than just the numbers. What did I want to see? I wanted to see just to show you guys how sharp the rejection was. So this had a large move. This is it's a 5-minute candle, so it had a 5% move on the upside, and then short sellers were so strong up there that they pushed it down 2.3%. So it's obviously a very important level. Then we have Annie. Also, it's this one is something that we trade a lot. Also, volume still light on the day, but no spread. And we have a flat top here. I love flat top setups because normally when a stock is consolidating for a long time with the same resistance, once it breaks above it, it normally causes a massive squeeze for these low floats. So I love trading flat top setups. However, we always talk about this. We can't predict the future, but we can use past data to determine probabilities of what will happen in the future. Look how the tape turns green as soon as it breaks above 625. Well, the reason why I started talking about probabilities is because it's try to break it once before and didn't give too much of a squeeze. So trading this, I'd be taking partial profit. So funny, we were talking about the squeeze happening real time. And for a flat top setup, so we're talking earlier about how much we can trust the support level. A flat top resistance, if we break above that, I expect it to be a strong support. So we had no time, obviously, to take this trade because as we were watching the chart, it broke above 625 right away. So, we missed it. But if I had taken that trade, my stop would immediately be on 624. I don't need to use EMA. I don't need to use VWAP. When it's a flat top, it's such a strong level that it should hold as support. And if it doesn't hold, then I'll be fine, being stopped out of that trade. And then the rest of these have low volume for now. However, I'm going to put the ones that are known to traders on my watch list in case they pick up volume later in the day. So for example, SOS is one that, it's very well known in the trading world. So I'm just going to put it on my watch list. It's nothing that I would be trading anytime soon because it obviously has no volume whatsoever. But just putting it on my watch list in case it does pick up volume because it's a known stock. I guess this one's sort of known too, but I won't even bother putting it in scanner. Riot. So yesterday, I don't know if you guys were watching the Fed testimony, but Jerome Powell said that he wasn't going to ban Bitcoin. He was talking about the. I just want to see that if that's what it's giving here as a. Yeah, it's not gonna give that in news on Thinkorswim because it's not directly related, but it is related. So he was talking about the digital dollar that they've been working on, and well, talking about it is a little too um, is saying too much. He wasn't talking about it. He was asked about the digital dollar, and he said that it's something that um, it's something that they've been working on for a while. That they want to work on, that they see value in, that it's very important, but nothing to report yet. And then he was asked whether he would, like China, be banning existing cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin. And I think the reason they asked him is because he had said something that, for whatever reason, they perceived that way. So he apologized if he misspoke, and he said he absolutely has no intention of banning Bitcoin, which I thought at the time, was a very big catalyst. We didn't see a lot of move originally yesterday. That definitely they moved a little bit. It was like right here, no, right here when that was happening. So obviously there was some move, but nothing too crazy. And it seems like finally now traders around the world are picking that up. So and if we when we trade Mara and Riot, we look at the Bitcoin chart at the same time. But whenever Bitcoin has a positive catalyst, these two stocks are easy day trade. So I'll leave them on scanner, even though the volume's still light for the day. BT is also a stock that's so frequently on scanner. CAN is also very frequently on scanner. ARCOT, not that frequently, but definitely a stock we've traded before, obviously evident by the lines. EBON, also a stock we've traded before. I don't want to overcrowd this area, my watch list, because this is like what I will run through to look for trades, and I don't want to have too many things to look at. Oh, why didn't this give me? Oh, maybe it doesn't give me these in pre-market alert notifications. Why doesn't it give me? Huh. Interesting. Because it broke above 39.5, which was the level that we wanted for a squeeze, and obviously look at the volume that came in when that level was broken, because it is such an important squeeze level. Yeah, I don't know why that didn't work, but doesn't matter. Now that it's broken above it, that area should serve as support. So we can, look for a support bounce trade on that level if we miss the breakout. And then we can look at the 1 minute chart also for some opportunities prior to that. So it's forming a flag on the 1 minute chart. So, 1 minute flag break is also a trade. Okay, so those are my interests for today. I'm gonna, go back, start trading a little more aggressively this morning because there's a bunch of things on scanner. This one still hasn't touched 80, seems to be dancing around 81. Yeah, okay, so have a great, happy Friday, you guys. Have a great day trading, and I will see you next week.